Hello guys, welcome back to the Brutal Investor channel. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day today. In this episode, we're going to talk about a new announcement that Binance made today, and this was about listing a new token called Tornado Cash or the TON token, right? So the announcement reads as follows. Binance will list Tornado Cash or TON and open trading for TON BTC, TON BNB, TON BUSD and TON USDT trading pairs. Users can now start depositing TON in preparation for trading. Withdrawals for TON will open at 11th of June, which is today, from 2 p.m. UTC, right? So, what is Tornado Cash? Tornado Cash is a decentralized, non-custodial privacy solution built on Ethereum. It improves transaction privacy by breaking the on-chain link between the source and destination addresses. TON is the governance token of the platform, and TON holders can create proposals and vote on the changes on the protocol, right? So again, what Tornado Cash aims to do is it's a non-custodial privacy-based solution that was built on Ethereum, right? So what it basically does is it improves transaction privacy by breaking the on-chain link between the source and the destination address. So if you're sending Tornado Cash to someone, it will break the on-chain link between you and the destination address, which will basically make it as a very anonymous transaction. And just like any other project, Tornado Cash has its own native currency called the TON currency, and this token is also obviously a governance token of the platform, and people who hold the TON tokens can obviously propose and vote on changes to the protocol, right? So that's pretty much the overview on the Binance page. So let's go to the Binance research page in order to get a bit more in-depth view on what Tornado Cash is, right? So the main statement for Tornado Cash is basically it's a decentralized non-custodial privacy solution on Ethereum, which is a pretty straightforward explanation. But if you see the actual explanation for this is Tornado Cash is a decentralized non-custodial privacy solution built on Ethereum. It improves transaction privacy by breaking the on-chain link between source and destination addresses. Tornado Cash uses a smart contract that accepts ETH and ERC20 deposits to do this, right? So again, as we discussed, it kind of like tries to break the on-chain link between the source and the destination address, thereby making the transaction private, right? And it basically uses smart contracts in order to accept ETH and any ERC20 deposits in order to make this possible, right? The anonymity of Tornado Cash is derived from the size of its anonymity set, i.e. the amount of ETH and ERC20 tokens that are deposited into the Tornado Cash contract. Deposits to the Tornado Cash contract can be withdrawn by any on-chain address. Withdrawals are made by using ZK Snark technology, which requires a trusted setup. So again, here they're kind of like going in a little bit more detailed about how it aims to keep the anonymous transactions. So what it basically does is Tornado Cash uses the anonymity set, which is basically the amount of ETH and ERC20 tokens that are deposited onto the Tornado Cash smart contract in order to determine the anonymity of a particular transaction, right? So any form of deposits to the Tornado Cash contract, either via ETH or ERC20 tokens, are basically withdrawable on chain on Ethereum, right? So again, that's pretty much possible, and any withdrawals that are made from Tornado Cash are made using ZK Snark technology, which requires a trusted setup. So again, if you guys want to learn more about ZK Snark, which is an interesting technology, which again involves things like ZK rollup, you can kind of click on the link here in order to learn about that, right? TON is Tornado Cash's native utility token and is used for the following functions. So some of the main functions of the TON token is it's a governance token. TON token holders can propose and vote on network governance decisions. Users will need to stake their tokens in the governance contract for voting power, which cannot be unlocked before the execution period, which is about 8 days from the proposal creation. Users will also need to have at least 1000 TON in order to create a proposal. So again, their governance proposals kind of work in a slightly different way compared to many other protocols. So what TON token holders can do is basically can make proposals and vote on network governance decisions, right? So again, pretty straightforward explanation. But if you see, you would obviously need to stake your tokens in the governance contract in order to get the voting power. And the catch is, when you deposit your tokens, you won't be able to withdraw them until the execution period has passed, right? Which is about approximately 8 days from the date of creation of the proposal. And also another catch in order to create a proposal is basically you need to hold at least 1000 TON tokens. So again, we'll kind of look at the price point of TON and we'll see how this falls into play. But 1000 TON is quite a lot of money. It's about $69,000, which is a huge deal for many people. And I think there's only going to be a few huge whales or people who participated in this project earlier and received the TON airdrop and who have retained it. Probably would be some of the few people who would be eligible for this, right? But the next use case of TON token is anonymity mining. Users may deposit ETH, wrap BTC and USD stablecoins on the platform to accumulate anonymity points or AP points over time. AP points can be converted into TON tokens from the AP TON pool, where 1 million TON tokens will be continuously deposited over 12 months. Again, one other main unique kind of value proposition that TON tokens kind of offer is when you deposit ETH or wrap BTC and USD stable coins on the platform, you can basically accumulate anonymity points, right? And you can use these anonymity points to earn TON tokens from the anonymity point or AP TON pool, which is available on the platform, right? And when it comes to this pool itself, about 1 million TON tokens will be kind of like distributed or continuously deposited over a period of 12 months to this pool, which basically can provide the source of TON that people want when they exchange their AP tokens, right? So that's pretty like a unique kind of mining incentive for people who want to use TON, who want to earn the TON token through their protocol, right? So those are some of the two main use cases of the TON token. The protocol consists of the following major components working in conjunction. So again, they have several major components within the project, and we'll cover some of them quickly. So shielded accounts. After a user deposits into Tornado.cash, a user will accrue private anonymity points into a shielded account, which shields your wallet address, your balance, and doesn't leak any information about your deposits. Again, when you have when you have deposits in the platform Tornado.cash, you will be able to accrue privacy or private anonymity points or AP points, which we discussed right now, that can be used to earn more TON tokens, right? But the best thing is you will be able to earn these tokens while depositing your tokens in a shielded account, which means it will shield your wallet address, your balance, and doesn't leak any information about your deposit. So that's a very interesting feature. Relayers may be used to withdraw to an account with no ETH balance. The relayer sends a withdrawal transaction and takes a part of the deposit as compensation. the protocol itself does not collect any fees. Again, that's a very important point that we'll look into right now. The relayer cannot change any withdrawal data, including the source address. Again, relayers are basically another component of Tornado.cash, which can be used to withdraw which can be used to withdraw to an account with no ETH balance. So if there is no ETH balance in an account, you can use the relayer feature in order to withdraw funds to that account. The relayer sends a withdrawal transaction and takes a part of the deposit as compensation. So again, the relayer will basically send the withdrawal transaction and kind of takes part in the deposit and takes a part of the deposit and as compensation. So again, this doesn't really this doesn't really go to the protocol itself, it goes to the relayers alone, right? And the relayer cannot change any withdrawal data, including the source address. So that's another kind of important feature here. Compliance: at the time of deposit, the platform generates a private note to be used for withdrawals and can be used to prove the fund's origin. Users may enter their private note into the compliance tool to generate a PDF report. So again, it's kind of a little bit complicated, but whenever you deposit, the platform kind of provides you with a private note that you can use when you want to withdraw the funds, and you can kind of use it to prove the source of the origins of the funds, right? So that's how you kind of like get your funds back based on this important private note, right? Users may enter their private note in a compliance tool to generate a PDF report. So if you want to get a PDF report, you can basically deposit your private note on a compliance tool in order to learn more about your tokens, right? The project has not conducted any fundraising round, so that's a very interesting information. So again, this project hasn't really conducted any fundraising rounds, and it also had a huge airdrop, which again, I think it was a few months back, and people who participated, people who were eligible to receive the airdrop, some of them received a huge amount of money, right? So that's something that we need to discuss as well. So the TON governance token has a fixed supply, total supply of 10 million tokens. Again, if you take a token max supply of 10 million with how low the market cap is for TON token, which we'll see shortly, you can see that this token has an incredibly high growth potential, right? And that's something that will definitely attract a lot of investors. 5% of the total token supply was allocated to the community airdrop to early users of the protocol. So again, people who use this protocol very early on, they were eligible to receive 5% of the total token supply as airdrop. 10% of the total token supply was allocated to liquidity mining rewards distributed linearly over 1 year. So again, if you are providing liquidity, you will be able to use it to mine this token, and you can earn a small portion of the 10% of the token supply, which is distributed linearly over the first over 1 year period of time, right? 30% of the total token supply was allocated to funding developers and early supporters, unlocked over 3 years with a 1 year cliff. So again, there's 30% of the total supply that's basically awarded to funding developers and basically early supporters, right? 55% of the total token supply was allocated to the protocol treasury, which is unlocked linearly over 5 years. Again, pretty straightforward explanation. That's 55% of the total token supply is held by the protocol's treasury, which has a unlocking period of over 5 years, right? So again, very interesting stuff indeed. Early users may claim their airdrop tokens here, which will be transferred to the DAO treasury if unclaimed after 1 year. So again, if you haven't really bothered to check whether you have a stake in the airdrop, you can click on this link. It's interesting how Binance provides this link for people who want to claim their tokens, or people who forgot about using the Tornado Cash platform in the early stages, and people who are eligible for that and who haven't claimed it can check their claim here by clicking on this link, right? And bear in mind that if you don't claim it after a year, then it will be returned to the Dow treasury, right? So that's very interesting. At June 11th, 2021, the total supply of TON is 10 million tokens, and the current circulating supply is 813.211, which is about 8.13% of the total token supply. This is basically a very low circulating supply compared to its max supply, and you can clearly expect some short-term price dumping because of that, right? You can learn more about the token economics or tokenomics of the TON token here by clicking on this link, and that's pretty much it. Again, if you see, Binance has provided some really good overview of Tornado Cash. Also, it may not be easily understandable for everyone. You can still access the information from the official sources, either through Binance's research page, which is the best place to kind of get all this information condensed together, or you can search it on Google or find the links to the project itself from CoinGecko or CoinMarketCap, right? So again, that's it for the Tornado Cash. Let's go to the website to see how it looks like. So again, if you want to go to the website, tornado.cash is the official website, and you can clearly see they have some really interesting kind of like colors and background kind of like appearance, which focuses kind of like on privacy and all that, right? So if you see, you can also access their stats, their forum, the compliance, FAQs and tutorials, everything on their platform by clicking on the top right corner. But if you scroll below, it's again, they have their app or the DApp that you can kind of click here and access their DApp. You can basically see how Tornado Cash works. You can deposit and wait and then withdraw. You can do that in a privacy preserving manner. So you can read more about how it achieves its privacy, but these are some of the things that we already covered before. You have about 1.5 million ETH deposited with 15,500 unique users and 61,000 total deposits, right? Status of Tornado Cash decentralization. It's a fully decentralized protocol. There's no real worries about that. It has smart contracts that help the transaction become private, and its governance functionality is also very impressive for a project that only has a relatively low governance utility for its token. And again, they're definitely taking full advantage of the ZK Snark technology. And if you see, this is one of their famous unique value proposition, which is anonymity mining, which is something that will attract a lot of people. They also have compliance, trusted setup ceremony, initiation, and that's pretty much it, right? So again, you can read through all of this information in detail on the website. There's also a lot of frequently asked questions for people who like the idea of Tornado Cash, but they don't really understand it fully. You can access their FAQ, right? So let's quickly check their app or DApp and see how that DApp looks like. So if you click on the DApp, you can clearly see that it is kind of like a cool looking dashboard where you can deposit your ETH. You can kind of connect your MetaMask wallet. Since it's on Ethereum, you need to use the Ethereum network. You can also see some of the statistics on the DApp, and that's pretty much it. You can click on the top right corner to see the airdrop mining. If you want to know if you are an eligible airdrop winner, then you can click on the airdrop link and connect your wallet and see if you are eligible for the airdrop. But apart from that, you can mine, you can vote, you can participate in compliance, and so on and so forth, right? So again, pretty interesting project. Again, one of the most undervalued projects that will definitely garner a lot of attention in the future, because privacy is a very important aspect of cryptocurrency, right? So let's go to the CoinGecko page for Tornado Cash. This token is currently ranked 422nd by market cap on CoinGecko, and it's currently trading at $61.10 at the time I'm making this video, with a 14.1% decrease in the past 24 hours. Again, this is also surprising because of the fact that it only recently got listed on Binance, and it's already like dumping, right? If you take a look at the market cap, it's only $51 million in market cap, which is considerably low for a project that has a lot of privacy based innovations, and how it kind of like projects itself as a privacy focused project on the Ethereum blockchain, when Ethereum itself is a semi-anonymous platform or semi-anonymous blockchain. You can have privacy preserving smart contract based blockchains, so smart contract based platforms such as Tornado Cash on top of it, right? So again, a very interesting market cap, which is a really good buy opportunity if you obviously do your research and like this project, right? If you take the max supply, again 10 million tokens, which we already know, it's a very good number. It makes it extremely scarce and rare, and it's a very interesting opportunity to hold something as rare as this token. And the circulating supply is also very low, 819,000 tokens, which obviously is going to cause short-term price slumping. But I think regardless of how much price slumping it happens, it has a very unique value proposition, which not a lot of projects on Ethereum offer, right? So that's going to make this a very unique project with a lot of copycats coming, springing, who kind of copy Tornado Cash's techniques, right? So if you take the market cap to total value locked ratio, this is a ratio that gives the value in either 1, less than 1, or greater than 1, right? So if the market cap to total value locked ratio is basically equal to 1, that means the token is fairly priced. If it's less than 1, then it's relatively undervalued because its market cap is extremely low, but its total value locked could be extremely high. So if there's a huge discrepancy, then the ratio would be less than 1, which means this token could be in an undervalued territory, right? If the value is over 1, then that means the market cap is huge, whereas the total value locked is low, right? And that means there's a less value locked within the protocol than the token's market cap itself, which means potentially this token is overvalued, right? But in this case, the value is obviously less than 1, which is basically 0.11, which means that this token is relatively undervalued. And as I said, even if this token were to be were to have a market cap of close to 1 or even equal to 1, I would still say this token is undervalued because of what kind of potential this token has to offer in the future, right? If you take the charts, again, you can clearly see that the token has been going on a downtrend, which is again posing a really good buy opportunity for this token. Again, if you see, the token price is available since 7th of February 2021. This token price was worth $203, and it immediately reached an all-time highs of about $408 before crashing back down, mostly due to the airdrop holders claiming the airdrop and then dumping it, right? It had been in a downtrend, again touching an all-time lows of about $39.99, but it had a slight increase, probably in anticipation of the Binance listing, but again it didn't really do much for the price, which is something that happens to very few tokens on Binance, right? That shows that this token is an extremely undervalued token. If you take the Bitcoin comparative, again pretty similar price point. If you see, the token was initially worth 440,000 satoshis. It reached an all-time highs of about 800,000 satoshis, and then had been in a downtrend for quite some time, and now it's also kind of like finding support at 163,000 satoshis, but I do believe that it can go even lower, right? But if you want to buy in at this price point, it's a really good buy opportunity to buy it with some satoshis, right? So if you take the Ether comparative, on the other hand, again pretty much at its all-time lows. The Ether comparative was worth 0.15 Ether per token, and then it reached an all-time highs of about 0.21 Ether per token, and then now it's been pretty much at its all-time lows at a price point of 0.025 ETH per token. Again, a really good buy opportunity for both dollar comparative, Bitcoin comparative, as well as Ether comparative as well. So if you want to start dollar cost averaging this token that's newly listed on Binance, again, which has a market cap of less than $100 million and a total value locked market cap to total value locked ratio of less than 1, and the max supply of 10 million, this token has a lot of reasons. This token offers a lot of reasons to invest in it, and a very strong value proposition, which means it's a very likely token to explode in the future, right? It's available on Binance with USDT. You can buy it from Binance using BNB, BUSD, and as well as BTC as well. You can also get it from Uniswap, which is a decentralized exchange. You can get it from OKEX, Gate.io, and some other tier 3 exchange, which I wouldn't really recommend. Since you can get it from Binance, there's no real reason to get it from somewhere else, right? So what's my final verdict on this token? This token obviously has a lot of room to grow. It has some really serious value proposition for privacy focused people, or people who really want to focus on preventing people from tracking their transactions through their semi-anonymous wallet addresses. This is something that the governments can do. You can also see hackers and potential stalkers, people who want to stalk other people's transactions through the blockchain. Can do that, and that's something that will pose a big threat in the future. And Tornado Cash aims to resolve that, right? With a market cap of less than $100 million, the total value locked being significantly higher compared to the market cap, a max supply being $10 million. And if you see, the token has been in a downward trend in all three currency comparators, right? Which means it's a really good buy opportunity. So I think I'm going to definitely get some really decent bag of Tornado Cash. Again, if you guys want to invest in this project, I think you should do your own research, because this video does not contain financial advice, and I'm not a financial advisor, right? Again, this project has a high potential to grow. I think it can easily cross its all-time highs of $400. It can even cross $1,000 by the next bull run if everything goes well, and if people start realizing the full potential of this project. And I think this token can definitely perform very well in the long term. So I think I will probably hold a part of this token that I'm purchasing for long term, but the other half I'll probably start selling it once I feel like the right price point has been reached, right? So that's just my verdict, guys. Again, remember, guys, you guys are not investors. You guys are brutal investors, so stay brutal. Thank you very much for watching my video, guys. If you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe for more videos. See you in my next video. Bye.